Flex, the livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, things out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, yeah, buddy. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. We strong in this bitch. Happy Sunday, November 30th, 2025. The year's coming to a close. Let's do this roll call real quick because there's some things I want to get to. Like the video, share the video. They have this new thing called, what is it called? What's this new thing that we're doing now? Hype the video, whatever it is. Y'all do that. Hype the video. We do it. We are our own algorithm. Let's not leave it up to Miguel or his spooning boyfriend, Jerome, to do anything for us. Pillow biters. Let's do this roll call. Vince, what's going on? Del Riv, Jimmy Bernard. Sensei in here like crazy. Salute. Bionic Prince. Tim Harmon. 4-ounce Sniper. Eric Jordan. J Man. Steve L. The Mac. I Rock. Jalen Hudson. All right, let's get it. I can't get all y'all. Let's get it immediately. Stormy, how you doing this fine evening?
Yo, what's good, man? What's good? Out here still trying to show my full support with my 3 channels. There is a God.
Mm-hmm.
He was merciful today. He let it stop snowing for a while.
Yeah.
And let it warm up a little bit so that fresh snow that fell after you done removed and everything, it kind of melted, and now the ground is. But dude, it's been snowing for the past 2 days.
Damn. Well, it missed here in New York. Some got upstate, but it missed. Jeez Louise. And then I heard Michigan, they got the business too. So yeah.
It wasn't playing.
Yep. Wild stuff. Adrian Vance, salute. So y'all come on in, like and share the video, hype the video, whatever it is you do. Let's talk some boxing. Jeff Sparks, salute. Let's talk some boxing. I want to talk about this young man out the UK real quick, Ben Whittaker. Well, not real quick. Let me give my assessment. The international quiet storm. He said I barely got out of Chicago. We got hit with 13 inches of snow. Jeez. Man, salute quiet storm. Woof. It's no joke, brother. No joke. Wow. Crazy stuff. Ben Whittaker. Flashy young man out of the UK. He seems to check all the appearance boxes, and y'all know I gotta go here. Y'all know I gotta go here because this is what these young kids pay attention to. I noticed he walked to the ring with one of those British rappers.
My goodness, that was awful.
I don't know what the hell that was.
That was awful.
Bing bong, pop, pop, pop. I was like, what is this? What is this? I know I'm old, but what is this? What is this? I mean, goddamn. NBA D9, salute. Mr. Shelton, salute. I didn't know what the hell was going on, but what I did say was, with that intro, I hope this guy win. I hope he wins, because you don't want to come out like that and get, flatline. Well, he did win, but here's my question. And it was an outstanding knockout. He did what he was supposed to do against a guy who was supposed to do it too. Can I ask y'all a question? Who was that guy? Do y'all even remember his name? Because I don't, and I'm even going to bother to look it up. All right, case closed.
I think I saw that dude delivering for Uber Eats a couple months back.
Man,
I'm not sure, but
I thought I saw that dude in a Greek restaurant right here in the Bronx serving gyros. I don't know who that was, So shout out to Ben Whittaker for taking care of somebody that he was supposed to take care of. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what Mike Tyson did in 2 years. He fought like 40 times. Do y'all know that? Do I have to go on my Mike Tyson rant? Respectfully, just look up the box rec. Here's what you do. Look up the box rec from the time his first pro fight and count the fights in 24 months. He fought like 30 times. He was beating people he was supposed to beat. So, Ben Whittaker, I don't think you can get away with that type of journey nowadays. But that's, I don't even know who that guy was. I don't know his record. I didn't do no homework. I just watched and I said, man, okay. He's coming out with silver shorts and silver gloves, and he got the look. Look, he got the tattooed sleeves. He's a handsome lad. He has straight teeth. He's a light-skinned Negro, got the curly hair. He got all that going for himself. I don't care about none of that. Can he fight? Now, last night, you might say, yes. I'm saying I need to see more. Now, here's where I'm going to give props. I'm going to give props to Tony Bellew. And that was David Allen, right? Hey, Stormy, wait. Can we park on David Allen for a second? Park on his stomach?
Please.
What the fuck is that?
Listen, that's a real heavyweight from the UK.
Bro.
Keg and all. Listen, that dude.
A little six-pack. That was a keg.
That was a keg, bro. And you know what? My thing about him is this. He's very intelligent.
Yes.
But he's also a realist. Like, he understands that he is not going to be like what they made AJ into, like a star and everything. Mm-hmm. But dude, he's definitely the type of guy that if you want to test to see what your fighter has, put him in against Dave Allen. Because Dave Allen is going to use a metal detector search to see if your guy got a ticker or not. Mm-hmm. That's what he is, seriously. And he may, if they're gonna continue to bring him on the air, they might try to persuade him, but it probably ain't gonna work to clean up a little bit because he looks like the guy that you sit next to at the bar when you watching the fights at the bar on the screen.
Right.
And he got a picture in front of him and not a chase. He's got a picture.
For me, that's why they love him like that.
Yeah.
Because he's the average looking guy. And he can fight a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, he can
fight a little bit. He can fight a little bit.
He ain't the top. That's why I like when he had won against Johnny Fisher and they, knocked him out and they was like calling for Wilder and all of that. I was like, hey,
slow down, bro. Don't do that to him.
What y'all doing? And
don't do that. Well, let me say that. Do you know why they these guys, they have outstanding looking wins against God knows who, and all of a sudden they're ready for these top American fighters. But you know why they probably won't ask David Allen back? Besides his appearance, his stomach was literally hanging over his belt. That was crazy. I was like, this.
Let me tell you this: it wasn't that much different in his last fight.
That's what I'm saying. You would not think that guy was a heavyweight contender. You would not think that. That guy's just big. But he can fight. But here's the deal. You know why I don't think they'll ask him back? Because him and Tony Bellew was a little too honest. They were a little too honest. When they were assessing Ben Whittaker, I was just listening like, here goes the glorified BJ. Here it comes.
Dude, Eddie Hearn did everything with the exception of get on his knees and unzip the boy's shorts in the ring.
It's bad, bro.
What he talked about and how he talked about Ben Whittaker, I was like,
how? It's like, what are you seeing? What are you seeing? Here's the thing. I'm not trashing Ben Whittaker. Please don't get it confused. I'm not. What we're saying is what we say about everybody. What we're saying about Ben Whittaker, look, watch this. UK crowd. Already give you guys props. Y'all support y'all people. That's great. But what you don't want this kid Ben turning into Mellow Yellow. Don't celebrate this kid if he hasn't done anything yet. And that's what David Allen said, and that's what Tony Bellew said. It said we haven't seen enough. David said, all right, he got this guy out of here, but I still can't make an assessment. I haven't seen enough rounds. We already came off 2 fights ago where he fell out the ring, and everyone was like, hold on, bro. It looked like you quit that fight. Now, he ran it back and scored an outstanding knockout, but that still doesn't answer the questions.
And I questioned that fight, the second fight, because I thought that Cameron laid down for him.
I didn't want to go there, but
that's what I said. I said it when it happened.
Yeah.
And listen, the guy he fought last night, what was the difference between the guy he fought last night and a cadaver?
Who was that madman?
The guy walked to the ring under his own power. That's the difference between him and the cadaver. But when you saw him laying on the canvas in the first round, he looked the same. He was ready for the mortuary. I'm like, you can't make this stuff up, man.
Man, you know what? I'm not ripping Ben Whittaker. I'm saying if you saw him for the first time and you're a youngster and you don't know any better, you see the goods. But we're older gentlemen now. We've been around. All I'm saying is he might be the goods. But
there's a big difference between Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren.
Uh-huh.
If you want to watch fight promotions, watch Frank Warren's events, Queensberry. He puts on matches. People get their caps peeled back and everything.
Yeah.
When you watch Eddie Hearn's promotions, it's a showcase. It's a show. They trying to bring stars to the people and all of that foolishness.
Let's park there. Let's park there. Stormy. Let's talk about that, because I want y'all to understand we're not dragging Ben Whittaker. And I'm glad Stormy said that. We're showing you the difference. Do y'all ever wondered why Queensberry washed Matchroom in that 5 versus 5? You ever wondered why that happened? You ever wondered why? Let's get the bias out the way. Shout out to our brother Deontay Wilder, but he didn't belong in the ring at that time against Zhilei Zhang because he was ice cold. He was ice cold. He was ice cold. And I know it looked good on paper, and we know what Deontay could do. We know what Deontay could do when he's warm. But Stormy, how long was Deontay out of the ring before he got the Zhilei Zhang match? And I'm gonna point something out.
Well over a year.
Right. And then
after he was injured and still took the fight.
He was injured. He was out of the ring for a year. And then after that, fought Parker. Right? He was ice cold. Parker was busy. Zhilei Zhang was coming off I think he was coming off the Joe Joyce stoppage.
Yep.
These guys were heat. These guys were already hot. So for namesake, it looked good on paper, but I knew what it was. And it hurt me to see it end that way. But it's boxing, y'all. It's boxing. Look at what Eddie Hearn does with his guys. Look at what he's doing right now with Conor Benn, trying to put him and Devin in the same sentence. You know what Conor Benn is? Conor Benn pretty much is almost, as far as hype is concerned, not anything else outside the ring, but Mellow Yellow. Can I ask y'all a question? Name the world title that Conor Benn has won. Name it. There isn't any. His name is his dad's name. That's why it's popular. And he got a dub over Eubanks. Because in Eubanks' name is popular. You feel me? So why is he being mentioned in the same sentence as Devin?
There's a younger, stronger welterweight Eubank that he ain't even trying to fight. Harlem Eubank. The one that what's my man name? That came to Philly from there?
Catterall
beat 2 fights ago. Harlem Eubank is a good fighter. He's UK top level, but why ain't Conor Ben trying to fight him? He wanted to fight the 36, 37-year-old Chris Eubank Jr., put all those stipulations on him in the contract and make him drain and be dehydrated again and all of that kind of stuff, and then want to walk around and pound his chest for getting a victory in the second fight when it really shouldn't have been a second fight.
No.
Because Eubank Jr., the thing is, what you saw out of him in the second fight is what his dad was trying to avoid for the promotion overall from the first fight. His dad saw that, but it just didn't happen in the first fight. What happened is his physical state and condition after the fight, how in crisis, that when his dad said he was touch and go, what he was saying was his son was severely dehydrated after that first fight.
Yeah.
He should not have been fighting Conor Ben again at that weight.
That's right. He shouldn't have been doing it. So I don't want to veer off into them, but me and Sensei brought that up to make the point. These are the tricks that Eddie Hearn does. When he was working with Devin, he never said those things. Think about what he used to say about Deontay, but when Deontay made himself available for the 5 vs. 5, how he was talking about Deontay leading up to that event. This guy's a slick talker, man. This is what he does. So we should all be asking as a collective, Conor Ben, what has he done? What has he done to deserve a Devin Haney fight? Nothing. He's a cheater. All right, he was kicked out of his country as far as fighting is concerned. He had to come over here and fight in Florida. He lost the Eubanks fight, got it back, but drained Eubanks. And now he talking? He shouldn't even deserve to be sitting in the front row. What are you talking about? But I brought that up to say this. Ben Whittaker is an Eddie Hearn product. Is this kid the goods? I'm telling you, I don't know. David Allen, and I'm very impressed with what Tony Bellew said. He said something very key, if y'all didn't hear it. I don't know if you heard it, Stormy, when he said he's good enough on a British level. Did you hear when he said something to that degree?
Yeah.
So he understands there's a difference. There's a difference. And for those of you that don't know, Stormy, what weight is Ben fighting at?
His present last fight just a few weeks ago was at 154.
154. It is shark infested. It is shark infested. From 54, the kid looks like he has a big frame. He can go probably to 75. It is shark infested. It's not easy work. When you got a kid like this market here. I'm pointing out his looks because you pillow biters, y'all like shit like this. Light skinned nigga, curly hair nigga, all his teeth nigga. He got the British accent nigga. Hey, Eddie, there's a market for this kid in the States because these kids like dudes that look like this. They like this. There's a market there. Don't fumble the ball. Have him fight here in the States. But you got to be careful. I know game when I see it. It's Eddie Hearn. But here's what's going to happen. Kids like this, they mosey up the ranks, and then they find themselves in the top 5 in all 4 sanctioning bodies. Then what you going to do? Storm, you said he's at 54, right?
Who? Whittaker?
Ben Whittaker.
No, he's at 175.
He's at 75. I mean,
I got confused because I was thinking you were still talking about Conor Ben.
75. From 54 to 75, but what I'm saying is 75 is, that's what I meant, because I'm following you. That's what 75 is shark infested.
Yeah.
Now Benavidez is going to cruiserweight. You lucky.
But look here, you got a couple of guys at 75 that's out of the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? You got Liam Smith.
Mm-hmm.
You got Joshua Buatsi.
Mm-hmm.
You got Craig Richards. Dan Aziz. You got what's the other one? There's one more. Lyndon Arthur.
Oh shit, I forgot about him.
Yeah. And Lyndon Arthur got the European title right now. So there are guys that he could test the waters with, but I'm gonna tell you something. I don't think he's ready for any of those guys.
Hey, look, and I know why you say that. For those of you that saw him for the first time yesterday, I'm telling you, I've seen this kid fight about 4 times already. I haven't learned anything, with the exception of I think that he bailed the fight when he fell out the ring. Now let me put this up here.
He pulled that dude out the ring.
Eddie Hearn will never let this fight happen. Forget down the road. This fight right here, it'll never happen. That fight will never happen. Get it? You know what? Eddie Hearn won't even allow him to fight the last guy that David Morrell fought. Eddie Hearn won't even let that happen. What was that guy's name? That David Morrell dude?
Yeah, yes. Man. That guy was a beast.
That guy was tough. I can't think of his name right now. He knocked Morrell down. That guy was angry. But whoever that,
you know what I called him a light heavyweight Murtazaliev because that's exactly how
he's
fought.
From over there.
Can't wait.
Those caveman looking Muslim dudes, the shaved head and beards.
Yep.
Those guys are dangerous. Those guys are dangerous. Well, Morrell fought one of those guys. And Morrell was in a fight that night. He got hurt, dropped and everything. So I don't see Ben Whittaker right now fighting David Morrell or that. I can't think of that. I got to look it up. Because that guy right there is dangerous. What you have right now, and I say this respectfully, what you have right now in Ben Whittaker is a marketing scheme. Iman Katayev. Katayev. He's one of those Russian Muslims.
And they're calling for a rematch for Morrell because Morrell really didn't win that fight. You know?
I don't like that for Morrell. Not right now. He needs to get with Ronnie Shields and work on some things. Because that dude kept coming, bro. He kept coming. He did not stop. Oh, yeah, there's that. Thank you, Mr. Shelton. Stormy, I forgot about that.
Yeah, but it's what they do. It's what they do. They let these guys, they let who they want to let fight.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember a guy by the name of what is that dude's name? Oscar Valdez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oscar Valdez.
Yeah. Do you remember that cat? I mean, he was so-called tied up in a defense of his title, popped dirty before the fight.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, we're going to still let the fight go through. So not only did he get a chance to still make the money, defend the title, but after the fight, that following week, he had a statue dedication ceremony for him in his hometown. What the hell is all of that bullshit?
Bullshit. That's what it is. So,
see, you notice how I just ran that information off? That's not a lie. But where are the other people who so-called know boxing? Where are they to back me up on it because it's factual information?
They don't talk about it, Stormy.
No, they don't talk about it. And that's why when it was just mentioned that this guy, you know, he popped dirty and they still let him fight Morrell and everything, I'm like, this is why. Because y'all don't stand for what you're supposed to stand for.
Mm-hmm.
I can say it till I'm blue in the face and dead in the ground. But you're going to look at me like I had that Snoop Dogg meme from Baby Boy looking at the screen all mean mugging and everything. Mm-hmm. Y'all look at me like that. But then when your favorite fighter go in there and get his ass whooped by a guy that cheats or something like that, then y'all, oh man, oh, hold the presses and all of this. Man, get out of here with that.
Watch how many Conor Benn fans pop up in America when he gets a little more vocal about fighting Devin Haney. When he gets a little more vocal about how bad, quote unquote, Devin is. Watch how many fans pop up and say, well, Devin's ducking Conor Benn.
Well, see, that's the funny thing. he will say those things like what you just said, but he ain't interested in fighting Devin. You know why? They were sitting ringside.
He ain't jump up in the ring.
No. They were sitting ringside when Devin put them beams on Brian Norman Jr. And all of them, when they saw that, they had to change their underwear, regardless of anybody what they say after they saw that, because they didn't see that coming. They really did.
You know what they said, Stormy? Because they tell the truth. They said they went with the he's boring narrative as to say, why would we do that? We in a high impact, high action fighting. We won't do that. They didn't say, oh my God,
he ain't gonna let us do.
Conor will beat him. Yeah, exactly. He didn't say, oh, Conor will beat him easy. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. He said, oh, he's boring. Same thing Teofimo said. Oh, why would I have that? Why would I take that Devin Haney fight? So what? I never made $1 million and Turkey's offering me $11 million. Why would I take that fight? He's boring. And then Oscar co-signing, sniffing coke, and pulling a armchair out of his asshole. Why? I agree with Teofimo Lopez. Why would you take that fight? Why would you take that fight? Yeah, $11 million, and you're not going to take it because what? Someone's boring? Go get your money. All of you sound silly. You know what Conor didn't say? I'll destroy Devin Haney. That's how you make the fight. Gets attention. But you calling them boring, that's an insult. So, I'm going to be boring over here and get all this Riyadh season money, and you're going to do what exactly at 47? But if you make some real waves and I'm still around, you ain't going to do nothing but be my bitch. Because when you're forced to fight me, when you're my mandatory in some sanctioning body and I have a belt, you're going to have to fight me. Because if you say then, I'm going to stand on it, you're too boring for me to fight, everyone's going to look at you. Everyone's going to look at you. But getting back, we're making a statement because it's really about Eddie Hearn. And this is an Eddie Hearn fighter. I heard what he said about him. He says everything correct when it comes to his fighters. And this isn't a shot at Ben Whittaker. But what I am saying is, they gave what's his name? His trainer right there, props. I'm having a brain fart right now. Stormy, who's that right there? That his trainer.
Oh, that's Andy Lee. Andy Lee.
Giving Andy Lee. They said, oh, Andy Lee recognizes talent when he sees it. Okay, well, okay, fine. How talented is this kid? I already saw something when he fell out that ring. He pulled old boy out that ring, bro. He pulled his ass right out that ring, and I watched it. I said, oh.
He sure did. He backed into the ropes. He actually looked around first and then pulled him over the top rope.
Over the top rope.
Over the top rope.
And I'm going to tell you something else. On Instagram, there's a majority of Brits in there, and all of them were saying, oh, come on, bro. Come on, bruv.
Listen, he lost a lot of people when he did that. He did.
Yes,
over there in his home country. But this is the funny thing. After they tumbled out of the ring on the side of the apron, they didn't hit the floor or anything. They fell right outside the ring, outside the ropes on the apron. Liam got up, walked over to his own corner. This dude hammed it up like his ankle was hurt or something. And he couldn't continue to fight. So they ruled it a no contest or whatever, right? So, but he was never seen with a walking boot or anything after that. No doctors follow up or this or that. And then Cameron, when they fought the rematch, I felt like he laid down.
There it is.
Yeah. Pulled him right over the rope.
If you see it I'm going to try and find a different angle. But if you see it from a different angle, I tried to not think about that.
Listen, it's the same thing that Bernard Hopkins did with John Pascal years ago. Same thing.
Yeah. He looked for an out.
And Bernard was, oh, my shoulder, man. It's like my shoulder hurt, my shoulder. He was holding it like this, like his shoulder. Man, he got in the locker room and was like, man, we're gonna have to come back and fight this dude again, but I gotta have a different game plan. That's what that was.
I got this shit right here. All right, now look, this is it right here. Fair use. I'm talking over it. Give me a break here. And this dude was roughing him up, y'all. He wasn't in there playing and taunting like he normally does. Come on, bro. Why ain't he just let him go? Look, nothing happened. Nothing happened, bro. How do you hurt his ankle, bro? How do you come on. How do you hurt his ankle? Where did he hurt his ankle at?
His pride was hurt.
Where did he hurt his ankle at? Nonsense. That was nonsense. Well, anyway, that was the fight where I said, uh-oh. The heat was turning up and he needed a way out. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, because what was happening in the fight was Cameron was nailing him with shots. It was like, you know, because he usually does all this showboating and stuff. Mm-hmm. But Cameron was like straight boxing him. And with his experience, he was exposing him. And it was like, oh, this is easy. So he was coming on. I think that was like the 4th round or something like that when that situation happened.
It was relatively early.
Yeah, but it was starting to look bad for him. And guys like that always find a way out of the fight. Remember Montana Love?
Yeah.
They find ways out of the fight, bro. Whether they foul, they feint an injury, or something like this. This is why I tell people all the time. I say, watch boxing. Because you could see this stuff. Didn't I just say Bernard Hopkins did the same shit over 20-something years, 30 years ago, damn near?
Yeah, that was when he fought what's his name? Chad Dawson. And I paid for that pay-per-view, by the way.
Yeah, it was Dawson. I said John Pascal. But yeah, you know, because he fought, but not one thing about him, he fought a lot of rematches. So it's like I'm thinking about it was somebody he fought more than one time. But it's like, you know, he's done this stuff.
Yeah, I think
no, J-Man, I didn't say he's on the Montana Love route. I said these guys, when they look for a way out of a fight, they do things that are similar that you can, if you watch the sport, you can see it. You can say, oh, I've seen this before. I gave the Montana Love example. You saw him pull that guy out the ring.
Yeah.
Montana Love. Where he at now?
He's goofed off.
Because people don't, he been found out.
So this kid, and I don't know if this is true. Well, he says it's true. His house was burglarized the other night too. So while he was out here making money, somebody ran up in his crib and stole his IBF belt, and they amongst the other things. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go with I'd like to think that that's not a work that he's doing. I don't like that. I wish hell on the people that robbed him. But keeping it boxing as it pertains to tonight's show, as far as report cards is concerned, I can't rate him because I didn't see enough. You know, I saw him go to war one time and he did that. You know what I mean? You could taunt and everything else and look nice in that ring, but I'll give you an example. The fuck was that? Why did my screen go out like that? The fuck was that? That is bugged out. My screen. You saw that, Stormy?
I couldn't see nothing.
My screen had went out for no damn reason. ATL, salute, good brother. Good to see you.
They messing with us so much, man. It ain't no telling what.
Yeah, that was bad. What the fuck was that? My screen went out for nothing. My monitor. Well, anyway, Yeah, BVO, a gallon's good. A gallon is good throughout the day. Keep those kidneys refreshed. I can't give Ben Whittaker a proper assessment. I can't give him a grade because I haven't learned anything. What's bad is he's an Eddie Hearn fighter because I already know what the play is. He's gonna pump this kid up. He's gonna come out to the loudest rapper in the UK, and they're gonna be talking about he sells seats and everything else, and none of that matters because he's at 175 with Imam and David Morrell and all these other killers. You know what they might do? Now watch this, and look, this is just life. Anthony Yard just lost. They might get Anthony Yard to try and pass his kid the torch in a couple of years, maybe in the next 24 to 30 months when Anthony heals up. And based off what I've seen so far, I know it's far-fetched because of how we've seen Anthony Yard in his last fight, but this kid ain't no Benavidez. What we can say about Anthony Yard is he ain't talking about retirement. No one's telling him to retire that I've read. He's going to go rest, and he's going to get back in the ring. And I agree, Hand Dog. I think Yard is that battle-tested that he'll put this kid on a back foot and have him double and triple thinking himself. He's not that. Now, what he does between last night and, moving forward, that's something else. But I don't know where he's ranked. I haven't checked. I don't know who his contemporaries in the top 20 are. But I need to see this kid tested because I didn't learn shit last night. Now, getting back to what Tony Bellew said, he said exactly that. He might be good on a British level because Tony Bellew understands that once you start going.
I would like to also question his gloves or hand wraps. Because when he hit that guy, that last shot, and the guy went down to the canvas, he had a big cut that opened up over his left eye. And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, that wasn't like, he ain't no devastating. I keep telling people, devastating punchers, when they hit people, they go. They sleep and they, he caught the guy with a clean, sharp punch and he went down, but I'm looking at the damage. I'm looking at, it's like, dude, if you watched a lot of boxing, you just know the difference in like the injuries that fighters sustain or whatever. It's not real brutal. You know what I mean? Unless it's over several rounds. That's the first round. And see, Hearn is in cahoots with Dirty Dillons. I'm sorry. He really is. And let me clear the record, too, about Whittaker. He used to be with Boxer, Ben Shalom. So this was his first fight with Matchroom. And the irony is this. When he fought on Boxer, the showboating and stuff and looking good, hand speed and, walking away from guys and hitting them and stuff, that was his thing. But isn't it ironic, his first fight with Matchroom, he has this blitzing first round KO. And then you got Hearn in the ring after the match saying the stuff that he was saying. I'm just saying, if you guys watch the sport of boxing like you're supposed to, you could see through the bull crap, bro. You could see through it. And that's why Tony Bellew and Dave Allen were talking like they were talking. Because I'm going to tell you something. They won't never say it on the air. But Eddie Hearn ain't loved like that. He's not. And guys be knowing stuff.
They know themselves. They know he's a dirtbag. That's why, I need y'all boots supporters Y'all better pray for this kid, man. I don't know how many fights he got with Boots, so I don't know what it is. But y'all better keep an eye on Boots because I don't like that. I don't like that. He's lining Boots up for something. And it ain't for his benefit. Boots has no business over there.
He got Boots out of that welterweight division, which is what he had been trying to do since he signed him. Boots was originally talking about becoming undisputed at welterweight. And that was before he signed with Hearn. After he was with Hearn, he's kept saying it, even though they were saying different things. Hearn was saying, oh, we're going to move up to 154. And Boots was saying, I got no problem making 154. Remember, they were on different pages. Why is your screen going black again now? I see you got your lights off or something.
Yeah, I was pulling something up. This is what you're talking about right here, Stormy. I need y'all to listen.
You know, this Stanionis fight, this is a good one. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely, you know, coming for the unification. He has the WBA. I know you mentioned in the past that being undisputed was something that, you know, was meaningful to you. Do you still feel like that? Is that still a goal of yours to try to collect all the belts at 147?
I mean, that's I'm here. That's what I'm here to do. You know, I'm locked in right now on Stanionis, and you know, once I win these belts, you know, on next Saturday, I become WBA champ and Ring Magazine champ and IBF champ. You know, unified lineal champ of the world. You know, we'll see what's next to that. But right now, I'm locked in on him. I ain't worried about nobody else. I'm zoned in on him, and I'm ready to give everybody, you know, what they've been asking for.
You know, this Stanionis fight, this.
All right. Okay. The man said he wanted to be undisputed. That's what he said. Okay. Now all of a sudden he's at 54. I don't want to hear, oh man, Drew, you know, he looked like a crackhead at 47. Ha. Listen, Devin Haney was a damn near crackhead at 35. But he stuck around there and made weight and didn't complain and tried to fight everybody at 35. And while everyone was playing politics and ducking and dodging him, he still walked away from that division undisputed. So that's why I laugh at y'all when y'all have all this hatred towards Devin. I say, well, what's your favorite fighter doing? From 135 now to 147, if Devin said your name and you ain't answer, you a duck. But I don't want to go off on that tangent. Y'all need to be careful. What Boots should have been doing is talking to Bill on how to conduct his own business. And if you got to cut Bill a check for the information on how to get your own thing started, then you do that. A lot of these guys ain't smart, and they're very prideful. But look at what Bill and Devin has been able to accomplish, and look at what Boots is doing. He's ran up over there with Eddie fucking Hearn. I'm telling you, I'm not wishing it on him, but that has a potential to end badly. It's a recipe for disaster. But don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. But we're gonna see. Time reveals all truth. But getting back to Ben Whittaker, I've learned nothing. He got the look down. The rappers seem to love him. Eddie, bring the kid over here. Walk him around the mean streets of Baltimore. So, you know, those knuckle-dragging homosexuals can get another look at a light-skinned nigga with an accent. You might catch lightning in a bottle, Eddie. I'm trying to put you up on game. You know, the LGBTQ LMNOP community, they like niggas like this. You know what I mean? Walk them around Baltimore a little bit. Do that. Then go to Atlanta. Ooh-wee. Big rainbow community down there. Go do that. Walk them around ATL. Tell them to get a house in ATL. Get a house for him in ATL. And just tell him to train down there. Baltimore, ATL. Drive right up and down I-95. Get some eyes on him. Try and get him a Gatorade deal. Get him an Under Armour deal. Do that. Man, once he starts doing interviews over here and they hear that accent, it's going to be over. Forget the chicks. It's the dudes that are going to love him. But all money's good money, right? But here's the trick. You got to match them up correctly. And there goes the problem. Because 175 is shark infested. You go on and let David Benavidez go to cruiserweight. Don't get his attention, bruh. Because I can see it now. When David get done with this dude, he ain't gonna have no eyebrows. He gonna punch some shits off. That kid is every bit the monster that everyone says he is. Yes. I really didn't pick Anthony Yard to like win respectfully, but I didn't know he was gonna get beat up like that. Kovalev ain't beat him like that. Better be if beat him, but better be if Benavidez was beating on him to the point where I'm looking at it like somebody got to stop this.
That happened because Benavidez recognized that Yard is just a physical specimen and nothing more.
Yeah,
He's
that's
got absolutely nothing under the hood. I looked at Yard when he was throwing punches at Benavidez because he's very heavy-handed. He hit David Benavidez with a couple of shots. I think it might have been in the second round. And David, you reading body language, David looked at him and took a step back as if to say, I got to be careful with this guy because he's heavy-handed. But he didn't, his physicality didn't match the intensity of what was supposed to be a competitive fight. And once David Benavidez, like any other good fighter at the top class of the sport, when they recognize that a guy ain't gonna compete, they're gonna eat you alive. And that's exactly what he did. He did exactly what he was supposed to do to Yard. Yard knows when his nose got broke, he was more concerned with wiping at his nose and everything. It's a fight. If you was fighting, maybe your nose wouldn't have got broke. Maybe you would have broke the other guy's nose if you had thrown some punches with some intensity, with bad intentions. You in there, yeah, you look nice, your muscles and all of that. But that's all that's good for to look at. It don't mean you winning shit.
Yeah.
That guy that you mentioned earlier that sit around there with the keg, Dave Allen, he got more fight inside of him than 100 Anthony Yards. And he ain't even at the top level of talent, but he got more in him than Anthony Yard.
Yeah.
I hate to see that because I watch fighters who don't come to compete. I be calling for the other guy to smash him, get rid of him, drag him, dog him, and make it look like he should never get in a boxing ring again. Because you don't play boxing. It's a real thing in there because you can lose your life. You can lose your life playing around.
Hell yeah.
Playing around, get hit with a shot, get a blood clot, and you out of there.
Yeah.
At what point of that fight against Benavidez did Yard grit his teeth and go in there and say, sucker, I'm going to knock your head off? None.
He didn't put him on the back foot one time. Not one time. I don't know what he was laying on the ropes looking for a counter. What was he? I didn't understand it, bro.
Did you see? Go back and look at the knockdown that Devin got against Brian Norman. Look at the intensity of Devin when he threw those shots to put that guy on the canvas. And tell me when the last time you seen Devin look like that in a fight.
Yep.
He was sending a message to that boy.
Yep. And it shocked the fuck out of Brian Norman because he didn't know he had it in him.
Teeth and everything. I said, look at Devin. It was like, yeah. But see, that's the same guy that put Rigaru on the canvas twice.
Yep. Sure did. And Brian respected him when he got up off that floor because after being told this kid can't hurt you, Devin said, remember you said that. Second round.
And when did Brian come back to go all out to try to make something happen? Never.
He couldn't because he had to be careful. And that's what people don't realize. He had to be careful. Okay, I still got my pop. I got my legs back. But I got to be careful throwing against this guy. Because that left hook hurt and he didn't want to eat that again.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, look, man.
That's
Look,
why I
man.
said, you know, I talked about this in one of my lives recently. I said, these guys better be lucky that Devin got the dad he got and everything. But I think I see a transition. I think something is changing with Devin. And see, it may be, this goes back to when he was training for Ramirez a few months back, when Shane Mosley was a part of his camp. And they were saying that they see things that he's doing in the training that reminds them of Sugar Ray Leonard. Do you remember me telling you about Sugar Ray Leonard? That Sugar Ray Leonard always had a point in a fight where he would test the other guy's heart. Every fight, he would grit his teeth and go after a guy and throw a volley of shots just to check. It's like a heat check to see if you there with him or not. And a lot of times guys faltered. I think Devin is starting to move into that category of doing that. Because when I saw it against Norman, that's what I thought about. It reminded me of Ray Leonard. Because see, he's not cutting that strength anymore or whatever. He's a welterweight.
That's right.
Now he will mature and probably go a little higher than that, but he is a welterweight. And he gonna hurt people when he's in there with him.
Y'all said he was too big,
like
right?
All you want to, but that young man, he's 27 now. Man strength is in the building, and he's not cutting it anymore.
Man, he looked so great at that weight that they were saying it looked photoshopped.
Exactly.
So they did video. I said, no, man. I said, yo, y'all told him to go up. Now he don't went up. He went to 140. He said he was too big.
Fight, he talked about it. He said when he did a couple interviews, he said, now I can bring what my trainers and coaches see me doing in the gym, I can do it in the fight because I haven't cut the weight. I haven't cut my strength. So I'm coming in strong. My punch resistance is better. My punching power is better.
I told people don't understand what weight is, man. When you're cutting weight, do y'all understand that also it doesn't make the brain fluid as thick when you're cutting weight? But when you come in more natural, but you're still in shape and athletic, sugar-free, salute, Queen. Y'all got a problem now. Y'all said 35, he was too big. He went to 40. He's still too big. Now he's at 47 and destroyed the guy that y'all said was supposed to kill him. And guess what? I don't even think all the man strength has come in yet. I don't think it's there yet. Y'all got a problem.
It's not that it hasn't come in yet. It's there because he's 27. He's not cutting it away anymore.
Okay.
He's not cutting it away. See, when he was still trying to make 135 and 140, he was leaving something off the table.
Right.
That's why people, when they talk about, oh, I can't unsee the left hook that Ryan was hitting him with. Well, guess what? He was the one that depleted himself to make the fight with Ryan. Ryan never depleted himself.
Ryan never depleted himself. No one understands that.
He never depleted himself. And so when Devin got hit with Ryan's shot, even though it was a PED field shot, he got rocked and everything because he cut weight to make that weight. Ryan didn't cut shit.
Ryan just showed up.
When you saw him in there with Norman, who's supposed to be a better puncher than Ryan, right?
Right.
Norman hit Devin with some shots. Where did Devin go?
Nowhere. He hit him at the end of the first round.
Where did he wobble? Huh? Where did he stumble? Where did he hit the canvas? Where y'all who can't unsee shit at? Where you at?
They don't see this live. Or they see this live, they just don't want to talk. Y'all don't want to talk boxing? That's cool. I'm trying to throw y'all another lifeline. This kid, Ben Whittaker, y'all like these pretty niggas, so go ahead. I'm just saying, I don't give a fuck about his looks or not. I'm just saying, can he fight? I can't tell you based off of this. And salute to David Allen and salute to Tony Bellew because they kept it a bean. David Allen said, I don't have enough data to give him a proper assessment. I appreciate that. All right. Tony Bellew says he might be good, but on a British level. I understand that. So that's honesty right there. That's honesty. And I can't unsee him yanking, or what's his name, out the goddamn ring that night. Now, he came back and blitzed Tommy and got him out there in the rematch, but I still haven't learned anything. And now I'm seeing Eddie Hearn talk about this is the next big thing. Listen, I remember what you said about Anthony Joshua, but I can't unsee the Andy Ruiz fight. Speaking of fat bastards that just can fight, Andy Ruiz is one of those guys. He went in there with looking like a bag of potatoes and beat the shit out of AJ. And AJ came back in the rematch and won with a jab because Andy didn't take camp serious or whatever happened. But I remember what you did with AJ and everybody else, bro. I don't believe you, bro. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. So this kid has to get the work. Only him and his trainer understand, Andy Lee, they understand his limitations. You won't see it. So they're going to match this kid properly, but he's going to turn around and be in the top 5. And there's 4 sanctioning bodies. All these British titles and shit, that don't mean anything to me. And I say that respectfully. When you start coming over here or you start fighting American talent and you're still in there taunting, looking like Emmanuel Augustus. Emmanuel Augustus was a fighter. He'll taunt and everything else, but if you put him in the blender, and he'll fight you. Is he like that? I don't know. I don't know. But right now, as it stands right now, we just got a handsome lad who seems to be a marketing scheme courtesy of Eddie Hearn. And I'm not trying to disrespect the kid. I'm just saying I need to see more. I don't fall in love with the market. Yeah, he looks like this. He's from here. He does this and he talks like this. I don't care. Show me the work. Show me the work. Y'all be treating these boxers like how, you have the job interview. You check all the boxes. You're like, this is a slam dunk. I'm gonna get this. You go in there, you slam on the interview. You're like, man, this is good. And then who goes in there to talk to the potential boss? Little Miss Thicky, the 5'5" chick with a small waist and wide hips and big old butt with a GED, and you got a master's and whatever. You're clearly the better candidate, but the phone call you get is, I'm sorry, we chose to go in the other direction. And she leave the boss open office wiping her mouth with mousse in her hair that wasn't there when she went in. You know what happened? That's how y'all treating these fighters. He looked like this. He talked like that. I don't care about that. Show me the work. Yo, man, why you like Devin Haney? I'm looking at the work. Why you like Deontay Wilder? I see the work. Why do you hate Fury? I've seen his work. I know what's going on. Why are you hating on Ben Whittaker? Because I know that's coming. No, because I haven't seen enough of the work. Show me the work. When he cracks the top 5, and he's looking at a David Morrell or an Imam, and he's like, yo, give me the smoke. I'll watch the work. Is he the next big thing for real? Or is he gonna end up like the good brother Anthony Yard? At least we could say Anthony Yard, look, at least what I could look. You know why I fucks with Anthony Yard? Check the resume. See that? Hootie Duck. The guy fought everybody. He fought everybody that you needed to fight. He fought Beterbiev, Kovalev, and now you can say he fought Benavidez? Stop right there. What did I say? You don't have to win every fight to have a great resume.
Let me name some of the fighters from the UK that are ahead of him. Callum Smith, Joshua Buatsi, Willie Hutchison, Zach Parker, Anthony Yard, Ezra Taylor, Craig Richards. Right now, he beats none of them.
No. As it stands right now, Stormy, I think they out-tough him. They're not as flashy, But they'll put him in that triangle that you're talking about, and they'll pull a Sugar Ray Leonard. Let me see if you're here with me. Let me see if you're here. And if he grabs one more person by the back of their head and try and fall out the ring, you know what it is already. Basically, what I'm telling y'all is I don't really trust this kid just yet. Based off of that last shit that he did, yanking him outside the ring, I don't trust this kid just yet. He has to show me. I'm not saying he's trash. I'm saying I don't trust him yet. I need to see more. Fair enough? And that's Ben Whittaker. I haven't learned anything. But we'll see. I have my eye on him. So now, do y'all want to talk about Manny Pacquiao's illegitimate son? Because the champion in that family is Jinky. She's the real MVP. Everybody put Jinky in the chat. You want to know why? This kid who just took his father's last name fairly recently, that's not Jinky's son. That's Manny Pacquiao's son. Y'all saw my video. Where's all y'all that like to dig in people's personal lives talking about this guy's a rapist and this guy is a deadbeat and this guy beats women? Manny Pacquiao, the super Christian, rapping all the Pactards, talking about this guy's a Christian and everything else. This boy was conceived in the 2002, 2003 or something. He was already with Jinky X amount of years. He got the side chick pregnant and she kept the baby. He done went to court and everything, saying it's not my child. Man, you skeeted in the pop, bro. You skeeted in the pop off. He got 2 last names. And he just acknowledged that's his son fairly recently. That happened. This is all real shit. Now, whether he acknowledged him because he started fighting or not, I don't know. But he fought last night. And some of you saw the fights. I saw highlights of it. I know Rachel called me. I didn't see it till this morning. I was asleep. But everybody I've read, I saw highlights. I didn't watch the fight. I need to watch the fight in its entirety. But I saw highlights, and everybody in the comment section is saying that this boy really lost. The dude he fought is a white kid. His last name begins with an L or something. And no. Now, could he get better as the years progress? Probably. But geez Louise, man. So I guess we could. Did you watch the fight, Stormy, or you saw highlights of this?
With Pacquiao's son? No, I didn't see that because I was out like a lamp, man, because, you know, with snow removal and stuff from yesterday.
Yeah,
I didn't even do my post-fight show. That's I didn't do a post-fight because I was out of it, bro. I was tired. That's why I thank God today for being lenient on us. I'm like, because too many of those days in a row, man, I'm gonna be wiped out.
Man. Hen Dog, he says it was, that guy's name was Prince Blizzard, said his name was Laley. Yeah. Hen Dog said it was his first fight. Yeah, you know. Bernard Hopkins lost his first pro fight. I think Juan Manuel Marquez may have lost his first or second pro fight. I mean, cool. Can he get better? Probably. But based off of the highlights, it looked very sloppy. And as it stands right now, he just looks like his dad and has his dad's last name. I saw him hitting pads in the dressing room, and then Manny pushed him to the side and was trying to show him how to give a body attack. And Jinky standing there. And I'm like, you know what, man? All right, you know what this is like? Well, not exactly alike, but similar. The first Creed film, when Apollo's wife, played by Felicia Rashad, walks up to Adonis, and he's in, juvenile or something, and she looks at him, And I was like, man, this kid's always fighting. And she says, well, okay, what's your name? He said Adonis. I think his last name was Johnson, and his mom had died. Turns out his mom was Apollo Creed's side piece or mistress, and he knocked her up and made Adonis Creed. The mom died. He was in the system, and she went and got him out the system because it wasn't the baby's fault. And, you know, it's like it's a part of her husband. And she raised him. So I'm watching Jinky look at Manny be a father all of a sudden to this boy that's been around. Now, this boy has half siblings that grew up around Manny, grew up in a life of luxury. This kid grew up with his mama, and like she had a job, but they weren't rich. I think his mother was like a stewardess, a flight attendant or something. And he didn't acknowledge his existence or him as his son until fairly recently. But he knew he was there. Now he starts to fight, and it's like, okay, I got your back now. So whatever. But I'm watching Jinky watch this boy hit the pads, and it's just odd. I can't stop looking at Jinky. I'm like, God damn, how much is she gonna put up with? Christian, how much you gonna put up with? This is crazy work. This kid ain't asked to be here. It makes me wonder, he's fighting like, yo, daddy, look at me. Look at me. I'm trying to be like you. Is this one of those things? If that's it, young man, never fight again. Because I watched those highlights. There's certain cats that have talent, and they Storm, you ever saw someone walk into a gym as a novice and you just start working them out and they just start doing it like they've been doing it for a year already?
Yeah, we see one that now he just got a heavyweight title called Fabio Wardley.
There you go. There you go. You just start doing it. It's like, man, how long you been doing this? Oh, well, I don't know. Just do it. They're like, what's going on here? Now you want to take it and hone it. But I don't see that with this kid.
And speaking of Wardley, he is actually that like the UK version of Deontay Wilder, because Wilder was having the success he was having with little, amateur background and everything, but a little bit more than what Fabio had. Mm-hmm. But Fabio is getting the same in the ring experience results that Wilder was getting. But the difference is they don't badmouth him. They just don't promote him. Right. They don't talk about him. But over here, they were badmouthing Wilder. Wardley, and I talked about this on my show earlier. Mm-hmm. The reason that Usyk gave up that title belt is because they don't want to be drawn into a situation where Usyk has to fight that guy and ends up losing to him.
Right.
Because he doesn't have the pedigree that Usyk has. And it would look really bad in the sport of boxing that a guy who basically is a novice comes up and becomes the heavyweight champion of the world, although it's one of the best stories that could happen for the sport of boxing. So they put a obstacle up, a roadblock, a detour, so that the history don't take place. Do you see the manipulations that take place in boxing?
Yeah, man, they do. They do. What's fortunate for Wardley is that he's over there. They understand what's going on, and they won't thwart him as bad. They'll let business get in the way, and the average person that don't know what they're looking at, it'll go over their head. We know better, though. With Deontay, they legitimately tried to kill him.
Yeah.
They legitimately tried to kill him. They had to, because he already had a title. He had the green belt. So they literally tried to kill him by way of business. Daniel Kinahan, poisoning, faulty equipment, everything. I was surprised. They were 2 seconds from shooting his plane out the sky. I believe that. But I don't think they'll do that to Wardley. They'll move titles around and make it harder for him, but they'll wait for Usyk to say, yo, I'm done. And then they'll let nature take its course. They'll let nature take its course. That's what they'll do. But Wardley's a legitimate threat. I like Fabio Wardley. I really do. And I wish him continued success, man, because it's organic what he's doing. It's very organic.
Absolutely. That's how you know he's on a certain trajectory, and they keep throwing these roadblocks and obstacles in the way, just like Devin is. Devin, if the people fight him that should be fighting him, you will give him the opportunity to show how great he truly is. But these people be walking away, they give up belts, they jump weight classes, and make all types of excuses so that it doesn't happen. But what God puts in place for somebody, no man can detour it or stop it from happening.
Right. Can't
Just like Rolly didn't want to fight Devin. Now look at Manny saying he ain't interested in Rolly.
See that? More on that. More on that tomorrow. You see? Let me ask you a question, Stormy, on that. What's the prize in fighting Manny Pacquiao at this current stage? What's the prize?
There is none. There is none. Manny has no value. And don't let people tell you that he does. He's 50 years old, bro. Seriously. He doesn't. And you're looking at his son just had his first professional fight last night. That's what, okay, if you want to do something, invest your time into that boy so he can become a legitimate pro fighter. Sit your ass down somewhere because you screwed off your money and your life and everything. We're supposed to pull out the violins and do a GoFundMe. No, get the hell out of here. I ain't paying for no Manny Pacquiao fights. It's over for you, bro. It's over. I'm telling you because they won't tell you. It's over for you. It's that young man's chance now, and he's already off at a bad start because the focus is on you.
You hear that, Rolly? So you're gonna try and pad your legacy by getting an old Manny Pacquiao name? Hold on, Stormy, take over. Give me one second.
Sir. Yeah, nobody has to buy into that foolishness, and you got people out here that want to entertain that. Manny Pacquiao has had his day. There are a wealth of young fighters of today that should be getting the headlines, and the ones who don't want to step up to the plate and fight, they shouldn't get the headlines. Guys like Teofimo, how many fights has he refused or rejected or turned away or run away from? How many? And you guys still want to mention his name? Mention him when he fights somebody. You got Tank Davis, same situation. His lure is the out of the ring stuff, and that always ends bad. Out of the ring stuff, you be in trouble. Them folks with those orange jumpsuits and the metal bracelets that they put on you and behind those bars, that'll be where you'll be, huh? But there are plenty of other fighters who give their all to what they have to the sport, and there's a small window for a fighter because each and every time you walk up those stairs, that could be your last time. Just because someone has had a 10-year career doesn't mean that everybody is entitled to a 10-year career. Gerald McClellan was one of the best fighters happening in the sport of boxing until he went over there to the UK and fought Nigel Benn. And it was all over that night for him. And the best man didn't win the fight. You just never know what's going to happen. That's why you put your total focus in, you put your dedication in, and you try to make it the best that you can. But along the way, you do your best to take care of yourself as well. You surround yourself with the best people possible that you can, so you can do things to be successful in the sport. Listening to some of these guys out here that be talking this foolishness, man, it's like I just look and I have a smirk like, man, this is foolish. This is foolish. Why entertain Manny Pacquiao? Why entertain Floyd Mayweather? Why? Those guys have had their career. It's a new day. It's time for new people, new blood. And the guys of today, they're not interested in carrying the baton. Then you skip over them and find someone who will carry the baton, aka the Abdullah Masons. Huh? You got guys out there like Abbas Baru, people they don't know him, but he's a good fighter. But you mention Xander Zayas, but you don't mention him. The whole point of it is boxing is a global sport. A global sport. There's somebody banging on a bag right now in the gym that you ain't never heard of, that you may find out in 2026, and you'd be like, damn, where this guy come from? That's how the sport of boxing works. It's like drafting a blue chipper out of the NFL draft. He comes in and he's your rookie of the year. You never knew he was going to have the stats and everything, the performance that he had. And the guy whose position he's taken, who's been a pro for the past 4 or 5 years, now he's expendable. You can trade him and get some more value to the team. The wheel does turn, and people need to wake up to that. You have a small window to be successful. David Benavidez is a smart young man. He's in there now. He's saying, you know what? He's going to go on up and fight Zerto. You know why? Because these other guys are playing games.
That's right.
They're playing games. Dimitri Bivol told anybody listen that he had to have a surgery or whatever. That's why he couldn't fight his rematch with Beterbiev. But what really is going on is Benavidez has arrived too. So you got the two evils that you're looking at, Beterbiev and Benavidez. It's like, wow, which way do I go? And David is like, I done played this game with Canelo already at 168. Yep. I'm not going to hang around 175 and continue to let these guys extend my career because they can't figure out whether they want to get in the ring with me or not. Let me go up and fight Zerto.
That's right.
That's good stuff. That's what Devin is doing. Devin is minding his own business now.
There you go.
He's got his own focus, and he's going to go out there and do what he has to do. He ain't interested. Bill ain't interested in what y'all talking about or making suggestions for him. Because y'all not placing the same demands on other people.
Thank you. These guys always talking about, hey, man, why does my guy got to fight everybody? Don't worry about that. Your guy, Devin tried to fight your guy already. Your guy ain't ready. He moved on. He done did 135. He done did 140, doing 147, and now you clowns talking about going to 54. And when he goes to 54 and start whooping ass, I don't want to. I'm gonna say I don't want to hear it, but I'm always gonna hear it because y'all a bunch of clowns. Salute to Real Baltimore, Smoke and Talk Podcast. Real Baltimore. He said, "What's up, y'all? Sorry I'm late to the party, Drew. What we doing? We talking boxing, good brother. Go subscribe to my brother. So that's my whole family down there. Smoke and Talk Podcast. Salute. Their reaction channel. My fam. Salute. Yo, the game is really not as complicated as you may make it out to be, as people try and make it out to be. It's okay to have favorites, but it's a problem when you don't, when you're not honest in your approach. They go Rachel. Rachel, the sun's up.
Rachel was good.
She's in Thailand right now.
She's in Thailand.
Yep. I know camp is going crazy. I want to talk to you guys before Nonito crushes his opponent. He crushed the enemy. She in Thailand right now.
Crush the enemy.
Crush the enemy.
He then driven before you and hear the lamentation of the women.
Hashtag Conan. Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, word. My guy. As soon as you go live, I'm going to go bless your chat. Monetized again. Stormy, this is one of my fam that was having the same issues that we were having. When I told you that it's not only boxing channels, it's channels that happen to be ran by black people. Yeah, right there. You see? He had to go through another person had to go through his content and remove certain things. They're not telling you what to remove. Yup. She says, yep. Hey, how was the J Mules fight? Who's better, Pacquiao or Iman? G Mule. They all Manny's a Hall of Fame fighter, but
I just got through cooking Manny Pacquiao, Rachel, because Manny need to go sit down somewhere.
Yep. Manny gonna fuck around and die. And his boys ain't as good as him. Elijah Pierce was supposed to be on that card, Stormy.
Yeah.
I texted him and I told him to bust homie's ass. And he texted me back. He said his fight got canceled. So when I asked him, what happened, is he okay? He didn't text me back. It was kind of late though, but I'll talk to him. He's over there with Sean Gibbons, and hopefully, everyone's doing right by my little bro. You know what I mean? Thomas says someone didn't make weight. That's what it was. Who? I don't know what happened. I want my brother to get that that
I have never seen in all my years of watching boxing so many fighters miss weight. It is such an unprofessional thing. But over these past couple of years, there have been more fighters than I can remember from a previous generation missing weight. But it speaks to the notion of all the cheating that's going on in the sport. The cheating has everything to do with whether people are looking for a competitive edge, where they're looking for assistance to support them with psychological and mental strength, whether it's physical strength, whether it's an enhancement for the fact that they're not fast enough, strong enough, agile enough, all of these things. And at the end of the day, they don't work hard. They don't. And so you see guys and they show up. Like some people think that being able to flex and show muscularity, that's it. Oh, he's looking good in the gym. That's not what's looking good in the gym. Because if you're not doing the road work, if you're not getting your rest, if you're not eating properly, if you're not mentally sharp and focused and everything like that, listening to your coaches and trainers and things of that nature, guess what? You're not looking good in the gym. And Drew, how many times have you heard me say that when the ill performances happen in the ring on fight night, they were happening in the gym before they even got there?
Yep.
How many times have I said that?
All the time. We're creatures of habit. And what you do in the ring is a direct reflection of what you've been doing in the gym. You understand? Watch this. At the old job, I had a combination lock. I had it for about a decade, a master lock. Stormy, do you know I can't tell you the numbers on that master lock until I touch the lock and start turning it? It's a weird thing. I literally could put it on 0 and turn it and open it without looking at it. It's a habit. I can't tell you until I look at I forgot it. But the lock is in my truck right now, but I grab it and I said, let me see. And and it opened. I had to look at it and say, oh, we're creatures of habit. We're creatures of habit. What you do in the gym, 100% is going to be what you do in that ring. And that's why trainers are essential. Because sometimes you have to deprogram what you do. That's right, Snoop, muscle memory. You have to deprogram what you do, because what you normally do might get your head knocked off in the next upcoming fight. Do you remember the Rocky 2? When Mickey had to tie Rocky's arm to his side so he could throw his other hand? He said, Rock, we got to break that habit. So he tied his arm up. I mean, this is real shit that they used to do. You understand? We have to deprogram you.
Yeah, I've done that with guys in the gym too. You know those hand wraps that you could use, that the real long ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to tie the guy arm down and make him fight and spar and work the bag and everything with one arm. You know, switch it up sometimes. If you're a southpaw, we make sure that you're using the orthodox. If you're orthodox, we make sure you're using the southpaw. Switch it up so that, guess what? The time may come in a fight where you can't use your good hand or whatever, or what you may perceive to be your good hand. So you get accustomed and adjusted to the fact that you can make that adjustment in a fight. Didn't we see that what's his name against Christian and Billy do that? What's his name? What's his name? Sergey. Because he had the bad arm in the fight against Billy.
Oh yeah. What's that guy's name?
He still went the distance with him, right? And he was fighting, and dude couldn't get him out of there. You can tell that he had been trained to use the other hand when you lose a hand. Yeah.
This is a testament to the genius of Bill Haney. And I'm not gonna let y'all off the hook, I promise you. Devin said, my dad doesn't get enough credit as a coach. You heard the names that Devin's been working with? Every time he goes into camp, it's something, someone's there that you didn't realize was there. Shane Mosley was there. Mickey Bay is there. Whatever the Dervinchenko, yeah. Whatever the opponent is, I want you to understand something. They watch film and then they figure out what Devin may need to do. And then they get to work. Whatever Bill can't do, he gets someone in that camp that can do it. That's being humble and understanding what your limitations are. You saw that in the Creed movie when Adonis looked at Rocky and said, "Hey, Rock, man, you watching?" He says, "Oh. I might not be over there talking to you, but I'm here. I'm watching you. I know what's going on." Rocky knew at his advanced age what he can and cannot do, and he was able to get Adonis the help around him to get him where he needed to go. Derrick Gaines, the legend, salute. You feel me? It's coaching. Understanding your product. So I'm looking at the latest Pacquiao, and I saw the goddamn highlights, and I got to tell you, all right, it's his first fight, and it's a draw. Should have been a loss according to everything that I'm reading. But listen to me. Before that young man get hurt, he need to go sit his ass down somewhere. Because I don't want an accident in the ring. Your father's your father. You're not that. You just look like him. Go sit your ass down somewhere. It's like some of these guys got kids, and the kids trying to be like their dads, and it doesn't work out. Your dad was very talented, but you're not. There, I said it. You're not. So I say this respectfully. Mr. New Pacquiao, go sit your ass down somewhere before you get hurt. I'm trying to find this picture because I want to show y'all something. Yeah, Manny Jr. What's his? Oh, there it is. What's his name? Manny Pacquiao. Go sit your ass down before you hurt yourself. Seriously, go sit your ass down before you hurt yourself. And I say that respectfully. I don't want to see you getting hurt. You can't play boxing, bro. Don't do that to yourself. You're gonna get fucked off. From the highlights that I saw, your footwork was terrible. If you was fighting anybody that knew how to punch and understood angles on a better level, he'd have been on the floor looking up at those goddamn lights with the moths flying around it. It was disgusting and ridiculous. Manny, go tell your son to go sit down. Because I don't want to be doing an LDBC strong talking about, yeah, he's in a coma now. Prayers up. He's trying to do that to please you. Because you ain't claim him all this time. He fought Sergey Derevyanchenko, Stormy, right? You talking about
yeah, talking about him, Billy, yeah.
I got this picture. I met Sergey Derevyanchenko. That's us. We did a stare down. We're fighting on the moon in 2028. So y'all get y'all tickets now. All right, me versus Sergey Derevyanchenko. No catch weight. He's coming up to 220. So get your tickets. I'm taking bets. Send them all. Send them to my Cash App. Send them to my Cash App. And
now, I'm gonna tell you something about the prejudices of boxing. Mm-hmm. He's a fighter that has been denied also. He is good enough that he should have been a world champion. Mm-hmm. And they messed around and they put him in situations where he was either supposed to get rubbed out by somebody or, stopped or whatever. And he just kept winning, But they really tried to do a number on him. And it all began with the split decision loss to Danny Jacobs. That split decision loss to Danny Jacobs, he should have got that. Then he actually beat Gennady Golovkin, and they called it a unanimous decision for Golovkin.
That was bull snitsky, bro. Yeah. That was crazy.
Those scorecards were 115 to 112 on two judges and 114 to 113. He won that fight. He legitimately lost to Jamal Charlo because Charlo's jab, he couldn't deal with that jab. That was when Charlo was really good. And then he lost a majority decision to Carlos Adames. Man, you cannot tell me this guy, he should have been a world champion, bro. And the Munguia fight, come on.
Forget about it.
That was the fight that had me calling Munguia the living bubblehead doll because he was just hitting his head and then Munguia's head was snapping back. You know what I mean? He was beating him. I mean, come on, man. But this guy, a lot better than his record. A lot better.
Way better. When he came up to that day, that was at the Palladium, Blue told me, he said, yo, he was sparring with Berlanga. He said Derevyanchenko was beating the shit out of Berlanga in sparring. That dude Derevyanchenko could fight, man. He could fight. Yes, he can. He could fight, man.
This is why I say, I don't say what I say trying to be funny or for comedy relief. I put it straight to the point, man. It's very unfortunate, but I don't know if it's because he took up the roots of being here in America, fighting out of Brooklyn and everything. I don't know if it's that. Maybe he hasn't shown the love for his country like the others have. I don't know. I'm just saying there's something strange that as good a fighter as he is, he was he lost a lot of stolen decisions.
Yeah,
And
he did.
that's usually when they got an agenda against you
Yeah.
for whatever reason. And we may never know the truth, but I bet you he would appreciate my saying what I said because I can see. You know what I mean? I don't see what everybody else see. I see the real shit. And that man is a real fighter, and he should have been a world titleist.
Should have been. Let me ask y'all before we get out of here. All right. Me versus Joe Joyce. Who y'all got? Nigga making me laugh and shit. I'm trying not to laugh in this pick. Who y'all got? Me versus Joe Joyce. Just put Drew or the Juggernaut. Drew versus Juggernaut. And I'll try and make that fight happen. Y'all gonna have to pay me though. And me versus this cheating ass nigga right here. Joe Parker.
You'll never get past the cartel, bro.
I'll never. Oh my God.
Yep.
I'll never get past the cartel. They will take me out. It'll be
Take
over.
your ass out.
Yo. Oh my gosh, man. Let me get to Scott. Salute, Scott. In that super chat, salute. He says, nobody over here. Europe rates with really? Really? Let me ask you, Scott.
Ask him what did that first Cameron fight do it for him. Ask him that. That's the question.
I mean, hey, listen. Y'all don't rate the dude? I mean, y'all think he's a hype job? Is it because of his style? Is it because of Eddie Hearn, his affiliation? What is it? That's why I was saying earlier, Eddie Hearn, if you're going to keep marketing boots in Philly, take this kid and line him up in Philadelphia and beat on some punching bags and do all that taunting so you can capture the hearts of the less knowledgeable idiot American fans and get him a fan base over here. Because they like this shit over here. They like guys like this, they like that. Scott, they'll love him over here. The gays and the baby mamas will love this kid. Said he's just crap playing. Yo, look, Scott over there. They don't like him. Look, I just said I have to see more, but look, he over there. We gave him an honest assessment. Shout out to David Allen. Shout out to Tony Bellew. I don't disagree with them. They said they need to see more. David Allen said, I haven't seen enough. So he got some things to do. So Eddie Hearn with the marketing scheme. We're going to see. But if he's smart, you throw him on the undercard of every Boots event you throw. And at 75, eventually, he going to crack the top 5. And he going to have to see somebody. We're going to find out about him. We're going to find out. Says he's hyped up over the Olympics. Look at Frazier Clark losing against Jamie, ABC. Woo. See? Listen, this ain't me talking. See? We're going to see. I'm going to give him a chance. We're going to find out, but we ain't going to talk y'all to death. We're going to get out of here. I'll see y'all in the AM. What we got for nerds tomorrow, Stormy?
Popeye.
Great film. One of Robin Williams' greatest performances.
Yeah.
Love that. What year that came out? 80 what?
1980.
1980. I saw that in the movies.
Yeah.
I saw that in the movies. It was damn good, man. Let them know they can find you, good brother.
Everybody can find me right here on YouTube. Stormy B-Man is the channel. That's Stormy B-Man in all caps, but of course, no cap.
Yes, sir. I'll be back tomorrow. A lot of interest in news if y'all been paying attention to our networks. And boxing ain't dead. It's just that a lot of people ain't paying attention. And that's all good. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Appreciate y'all. The Queens of the Ring are on. Let's head over there. Neek J, Boxiana. Let's see what the Queens are talking about. Let's go support. Salute to you, Miguel.
No!
He inhaling mics in San Francisco. You motherfucker. Oh. Yo, man, I'll catch y'all in the AM, man. Salute to all of y'all, man. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.